So far we have solved the equation of motions using the graphical method and also using the differential and integral calculus. As already told, that equation of motions are applicable for constant accelerated motion. If acceleration is not constant, then we can't use the equation of motion. Instead, we have to use the concept of differential and integral. We further proceed to get more insight of integral and differential in kinematics. We take three cases of acceleration which time dependent or velocity dependent or position dependent. And for these cases, we will find the velocity and position using the integral and differential calculus. First case, let A is the function of time. By definition, acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. We know acceleration is the function of time. So dv can be written as at dt and we integrate it. This will give us v. Here we will get v and this term will be the function of time. That means we will get v as a function of time here. Using this relation, because v is now function of time, this is equal to rate of change of displacement or position. So it can be arranged as dx equal to vt dt, and on integrating we get dx equal to integral vt dt. So left side we get x and it is a function of, because this is a right term which is containing the t, it is a function of time. So in this way, if acceleration as a function of time is given, we can find the velocity as a function of time and position as a function of time. Similarly, if acceleration is given as a function of position, then we have to find the velocity and position. By definition, acceleration is rate of change of velocity. But a is a function of x, so we further modify it as dx into dx by dt. Dx will be cancelled out, so we will leave with dv by dt, which was originally here. And it is equal to dv by dt, it is velocity v. So we can write it is v into dv by dx. At present, we don't know the dependency of v on x, which we have to find. This implies that v dv equal to ax dx, and now we integrate this with proper limits. This formula we know, v square by 2, and we integrate it. So we finally get v as a function of position. Now we get the function v, that is a velocity, as a function of position, and by definition velocity is the rate of change of position, and we have to find the x. This implies that dx by vx equal to dt, and now we integrate it with proper limits. We get the position as a function of time. So this is the second point. Now we move to the third case. In third case, we say let a is a function of velocity. We have taken earlier of two cases. One, acceleration was the function of time. Second, acceleration was the function of position. Now acceleration is the function of velocity. So we have to find the velocity and position. By definition, AV equal to dv by dt. This implies that dv by AV equal to dt, and we integrate it with proper limit, we get a function v. That is, we will get the velocity. Now we have to find the position also, because function AV is given. Acceleration is the function of velocity. We write AV equal to v dv by dx. So this is AV equal to v into dv by dx. So we keep dx term one side and v terms on right side. And now we integrate it. And integrating, ultimately we get the position. So in this way, we can use the integral and differential for the cases when acceleration is not constant.